What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Rundown with myself, Iron Logan, and my man Anthony, the Figure Posing Channel. We are back after a 1 week hiatus. We're back to tear it up with this new show, Obi-Wan Kenobi, episode 1 and 2. Just to kick it off, Anthony, I loved it. I can't wait to find out what you think about it. We've got some people in the chat already, but before we address the chat, how you doing, brother?
Hi, man. I'm fine, but I'm on call, so I might need to go when I'm called. So
Yes.
then I might leave you. But
Yeah,
I'm
we're
sure we'll be
prepared.
fine with the rest
We're
of our book
prepared.
club.
Yeah. I'm using the force as we speak. Please. No, we'll be all right though. I think we got this. We've been through this before, so I'm prepared. I'm ready.
Yeah.
But before we kick off, let's address some people in the chat already. So thank you so much for being here, guys. I'll bring up first. We got a super chat to start. Xander,
Wow.
Xander, you are too kind, mate. You are too kind. Xander was very generous to me the other day. My cap showcase that I put out. So thanks a lot, brother. Really appreciate it. And he's saying, I'm perplexed by some acting, casting, parkour, 7.5 out of 10. Looking forward to seeing what you think of that. And we can delve into that as we go. Then he's put in there 7.5, but some great acting, lots of awesomeness to come, and good 4 episodes to redeem some odd decisions, in my opinion. Looking forward to it. Cheers. Looking forward to unpacking that, Xander. We also have Sia Dream back in the house. What's up, Sia? Thanks for being here,
back.
mate. We have Loco Lou.
Yo, hype
What's
man
up, Lou?
extraordinaire.
Hype man extraordinaire. I love your logo too, Lou. That's so sick. Y'all need to stop cheating. We ain't cheating. He's got Obi. I just got Mando. This is my only Star Wars collection so far. I tell you what, though, I will be picking up a new Obi-Wan. That's how. If you can't tell already, I'm hyped about Obi-Wan. So I will definitely be picking up an Obi-Wan. Lou's also saying, just got my first Star Wars hot toy on the lot, Chrome Death Trooper. Whoa, okay. Well, we can maybe talk about that later. They do look pretty cool. Lou. And Moitzo back in the house. Few Champions League finale just ended in time. What's up, folks? Nice. Thanks for being here, brother. Looking forward to it. And episodes left me wanting. They do. And that's what we're going to unpack, guys. So we had a week hiatus. We're back now for Obi-Wan. We're going to tear through this series, and then we've got a few other awesome things planned for the future. So we'll let you know as that goes on once we figure it out properly. All right, Anthony. Well, look, rather than beating around the bush, to kick off, just in case, let's bloody get to it. Obi-Wan episode 1. We'll kick off. So, guys, we're going to start off with, I've got 15 slides for episode 1, 15 slides for episode 2. I tried to condense it so we're not here for 5 hours, just in case.
It's not a Moon Knight, so...
it's not a Moon Knight, no.
We'll be okay.
And Loco Lou, hyping as always, brother. Thank you. Hit that like button. Appreciate it, guys. All right. Well, actually, before we get into the slides, I'm getting ahead of myself, Anthony. Let's go our initial thoughts. Would you like to kick that off, kind sir?
Initial thoughts. I'm kind of on the same page with Xander. I think I recognize everything he says. I think I would give it like an 8 out of 10, solid 8.
Okay.
So it was good Star Wars content.
Okay.
Not amazing.
All right.
Good Star Wars.
Okay. All right. Well, I think my initial thoughts, especially for episode 1, I really was surprised. I actually had no idea where they were going with it, so I think that helped me coming in. It's rather than like we had for Doctor Strange and a few other things. I was very, I just had no idea, so I just didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
So I think for me, probably episode 1, probably I would say an 8 out of 10. And then episode 2 would be more of a 9 for me. I really enjoyed episode 9. I really liked it. Well, I think this is going to be good because if you're feeling a bit meh and I'm like super hyped, it's going to be interesting to see where we're coming from on it. So
and it looks like an 8 is a meh compared to a 9, of course.
Yeah,
Moitzo is very meh.
yeah, Moitzo is very meh. We'll unpack that. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. Like, I love Ewan McGregor. I like him as an actor. I guess for me, because I've been more Mando and haven't been as in depth in the other Star Wars films, Mando really got me back into it, and I haven't watched a couple of the other things, so I don't have as many expectations coming into it. So I'm kind of taking it for the story as it is. What's this story about? What's going on? Obviously, it kicks back to all the other Star Wars films, and you see that with all the other characters that come into it.
Yeah.
But still, for me, I'm taking it as a brand new thing. So I think that's my different perspective on it. Xander's saying, I accidentally disliked the video when I aimed to hit the like button. Please don't offend.
That's why you paid the super chat in advance.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
You get a pass. You get a pass, Xander. Oh, good brother. Ewan was great for sure. He was.
Yeah, Ewan McGregor is my hero.
Oh, you reckon? Yeah. Okay. Lukewarm so far for episode 2. It was quite exciting. Yeah, I loved the theme of episode 2. You know, I love that world. It reminded me of remind me of Tokyo, I guess. Images I've seen of Tokyo.
Yeah.
All very neon city.
It was more like a Neo Tokyo / cyberpunkish kind of vibe.
Yeah, and I did enjoy that. I really did. There's obviously some bits in it, and we'll get to it as we go through the clips that were a little bit just strange for me. More the style of the filming of it, or the way they conveyed it. But we'll get there. But all in all, I'm still super hyped. I'm enjoying it. I'm loving Ewan McGregor. I'm loving his look and where he's at with the character.
Yeah.
All right, so let's kick it to the start of the show. So we have the very start. Now, again, guys, I've taken photos. I didn't get any online because there was hardly any good photos in context when I was going through it. So I took a lot of shots off my TV. So some may look a little bit like this. But kicks it off, Order 66. Anthony, you probably know more about this than myself. What did you think of this intro?
Yeah, this was cool. I think everyone who was hyped to see the Kenobi series wanted to see flashbacks of Order 66. We didn't get it in episode 3, and I think everyone wanted to see this, and we got to see it. And on a second note, I was thinking about all the hot toys that I have, and now I was thinking, I remember. So I can use my 501st Clone Troopers as enemies versus my Jedi, or I can use them as companion pieces. But this was cool to see. And they kind of set up that those kids might have been able to escape.
Yeah, and that's what I think they have done. I think they have.
Yeah. And we'll come back to this one, I guess, because I think everyone wants to see. It's a bit morbid, but I think everyone wants to see Anakin slay Jedi Masters and Padawans.
I think they do.
And we didn't get it here, but I think Boba Fett, the Book of Boba, established that the Bacta tank kind of brings up back flashbacks or something. So I think we'll get flashbacks when Anakin's in his tank.
That's a great unique look. Actually, I thought that when you see him in the Bacta tank, I was like, Bacta tank. I know what that is. But you're right. I think that's maybe their key to setting up flashbacks. So very true. Very true.
Oh, look at Sanders. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that was the director either. Really? She was kicking some butt, man. I thought she was a bit older, but I could be wrong. So wow, that's interesting. I have to check that out. Thanks for that, Xander. But yeah, I thought this was interesting. I like the filming of it when she's teaching him and how the camera, because these are things I look at as well. Like the filming of that felt very one.
Yeah, it was different. It was different.
It was very good. I quite like that actually. And just crazy how, still thinking about how strong Jedi are, that they all get taken out by these clones. Like, is it just purely numbers, right? They're just purely overwhelmed by numbers.
Well, no. Stormtroopers are purely numbers. Clones are actually pretty capable. But if you have, there were multiple clones shooting at the teacher.
Yeah.
So, and I'm kind of thinking the teachers were the ones who were left behind. So they don't have to be the most able ones, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. I thought it was a good intro, though. It sets, I guess it brings you back, because this last week, guys, I went back and I watched episode 1 to 3 to really just try and freshen myself up. So I was popping through them, just trying to take in as much as I could.
Yeah.
We got Lukagi in the
Yo, what's up,
house.
Mikagi?
What's up? What's up, brother? Thanks for being here. We're getting our crew back. Come on, crew. Rocking the house. We need you all here. Hopefully everybody enjoyed it. And just again, spoilers down the bottom, everybody. Spoilers in the show. I didn't say that at the start, so let's just clarify that. And let's go to the next one. So I liked this shot and I like this intro of these guys. Now, I have no previous history of these characters, so please, people, enlighten me. I'm just taking them as they are. I know that Inquisitors are in episode 3, and you see them with the bigger heads and stuff. But yeah, I knew nothing about these guys. Is Reva, is she a character from previous content, whether it be animated or something else, or is this the first time we're seeing here?
To be honest, I've only seen Clone Wars. I haven't read the comics. Didn't read the books. So I don't know if she is. I think maybe she is, but I don't know. Of course, the Inquisitors are, and the Grand Inquisitor is.
Yeah.
This was the part that kind of annoyed me, because the Inquisitors were the biggest meh part for me.
Okay.
Because they should be really imposing and feared, but they kept being two guys in prosthetics and makeup and a brat to me. So that was the mad part.
Okay. Here we go. And the third sister is a thing. She looks and acts nothing like Reva, though.
Yeah, but I think the third sister is the big creature, right? Which gets stabbed in the eye by Vader, because Vader doesn't like the Inquisitors either, just like we don't. And Vader usually bullies them and treats them like minions, kind of. Whereas the Grand Inquisitor kind of thinks he could be able to stand up against Vader, which he can't because he got his ass handed to him by Vader. But he directly.
She was in Rebels.
Okay, yeah, I didn't see Rebels. Grand Inquisitor is the one directly below Vader, and the rest, of course, are all below them. And they established that Reva's like the lowest of them.
Yes. Yeah, well, she wants and she definitely wants the power.
Yeah. I don't know if she wants the power. I have kind of a theory.
Do you think she just wants more revenge? Okay. Yeah, and the Inquisitors don't know he's Anakin, so that's crazy. Reva knows it's Anakin. Yeah, so I think there'll be some type of reveal.
Yeah, because I think. Can we get into Reva right now or not?
Let's do it. Let's do it. This is the intro of them.
The thing that I didn't like are the 3 Inquisitors, and I didn't like Reva. I found Reva a very one-note character. Yeah, I didn't like her, and I think she was cast wrongly if she was only portraying an evil character, because she's supposed to be badass, and she doesn't look like she's very badass. I think she's written to be a badass. I think the choreography is written to be very badass, but in her face, I don't see badass. So I think the casting directors were looking at something else. So I'm kind of thinking that she wants to be in favor of Vader, so she can get close to Vader and kill him as revenge for Vader killing her family or something like that. I think that'll be a good plot, because she looks far too nice to be cast as an evil character.
She's got a very I guess she's got quite a very gentle, pretty kind of face to be.
Yeah,
these other guys. Gentle. Yeah, she's what's the word? I'm just trying to think. See, look, I'm on the side of I actually quite liked her, and I'll tell you why I liked her. I liked, compared to these two guys, she is on a mission. I feel like she is on a mission, and she wants that power. I think she's almost too pretty to be the villain looks wise, but I feel like she still conveyed it with her. She's very cocky and arrogant, and I liked the scene where she was talking to the other guy with the helmet on. Can't remember his name. Fifth brother. Yeah. And she's like, "This planet's beneath us." I quite like that scenes like that. just you can tell, like, conveying that she's frustrated, like it's not happening quick enough.
Mhm.
That's the impression I got from her. Like she's in a rush to get all this done. She just wants to get it done and get on to whatever is that she wants to do. And at the minute, all they're letting us know is that she wants Obi-Wan for some reason, right? So I'm on the side where I kind of liked it. I thought she was badass in the parkour scene later on in episode 2. And here taking the woman's hand off in the market and all those types of things. I thought I quite liked it. I'm not seeing what you guys are seeing, I guess.
Yeah, I might
in
need
the
to
sense of-
specify that because it's like, as opposed to a Ben Affleck, Batfleck. I liked
Mhm.
Ben Affleck as Batman, but he was written poorly, I think.
Mhm.
I think I like Reva as a character, and I think she's written well. But I don't like Moses Ingram as an actress for playing Reva. Because when I hear the lines, I hear that she's not written poorly. At least I don't think so. And I think I could have liked her with a different actress. Like if Viola Davis, or what's she called? Violet Davis? Who plays
I think it's Viola Davis. Yeah.
Amanda Waller in Suicide Squad.
Yes.
She can be really badass. If she would
That
have said
tone. She
the
has a
exact,
tone.
yeah, and she can act better, I think. If she would have said the exact same lines as Moses Ingram, they would have hit. And now it just didn't. It just didn't. And or the actors who plays Okoye in Black Panther or Ayo in Black Panther, they would have all nailed that, I think.
More stern. I think what
yeah,
okay, I'm getting what you're saying now. They can thinking about how they talk, they can come across very stern. She's very it's almost the accent. It's almost like she needed to maybe change her accent a little bit. I don't know, or
I
change the
don't think
tone of
I
her
don't
voice.
think I don't think she has the range to act the part she has to act now.
Yeah, okay, I see that. I still quite. I'm optimistic. I quite like it. Let's see what the guys are saying. So we've got a few comments. She has her own mission, but wasn't so sure what or why in the beginning. I don't know her background story. Yeah, like I think she's on a mission to find Obi for something, and I think Anthony might be right that she is on a mission to maybe get Vader, get him to get close to Vader. That would be interesting. I'd be happy with that.
Yeah.
Although I would like to see her stay a villain, but I think you're right. I don't see her staying a villain,
Yeah.
which is going to set off Justin. I know it. It's going to set him off because he called it. I totally agree with that. Delivery of the lines felt too forced at some moments, although the words worked.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. You guys I didn't notice this the first time, so this is why I love talking about it with all you guys, because I saw it completely differently when I was watching it. That's interesting. I think Vader has explicitly told her he's Anakin and sent her to draw out Obi-Wan. I don't think she survives the series. Vader will kill her, is my guess. Ooh, interesting take. That's a completely different take.
Yeah, I think the ending is right. I think Vader will kill her. Where Vader used to kill the Grand Inquisitor, I think he'll kill her. But I think she was actually at the Jedi Temple, or her family members were at the Jedi Temple when Anakin was slaying everyone. So I think that's how she knows, because she was a former Jedi.
Yeah. Well, actually, that brings up a really good point. I just saw this morning on Facebook, someone posted a picture of the kids at the start. One of the kids with the helmet.
Yeah, the group.
They're thinking it's her. So it was
Which
a
one?
young girl.
The
One of the kids that survive.
yeah, which
at the
one
very
survived?
start of the show.
So like I said, they were making a point that the kids could have gotten away. They were, I think, 5 or 6. But you have to remember, this is 10 years after Order 66.
Oh shit! Yeah, no, that doesn't make sense then.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know how old she's supposed to be over here. If this is like 20, yeah, sure. One of the kids could have been 10. I don't know. If she's 30ish, yeah, then
doesn't
there's
make
no
sense.
way. Yeah,
Yeah,
but either
good
way, I
point.
think she was present at the temple.
Yeah, good point. Good point. She does look young, so it could be.
Could be.
And then Justin totally caught it. Yeah, he's going to be furious if she turns
going
good.
to
If
be
she
bummed
turns
about
good,
that
man,
one.
he's
Yeah.
going to be like, he'll be flippant. There's one youngling that looks like her. Could be, yeah. So again, we'd need the ages to match up because it is 10 years. Yeah, she does look young though. True, she's got to be 20 years old. Yeah, she does look young though. I'll give it. I think I'll give it that.
Yeah, the
The
older I get, the less good I am at spotting ages.
Andreas is in the house. What's up, Andreas? Thanks for being here, mate.
Oh,
I think Reva is one of the young kids in the beginning. Yeah, see, so
yeah,
I
we
think,
addressed that. Could be.
yeah, I think so. I think that could be a
If
thing.
she's 20
It
over
could,
here,
if she's 20, for sure.
she
Either
looks
way,
30,
she's
right?
strong. She's strong. She's definitely coming. They're showing her strength in this. She
Yeah.
appears way stronger than these two other guys. This other, the fifth brother, he's done nothing, just except walk around. Uh, um, and I was a little bit disappointed with the Grand Inquisitor, and I'll tell you why. Because I love this actor. This actor was in a show I used to watch called Homeland. He was great in that.
Oh,
Rupert
who was
Friend.
he in
Yeah, he was.
Homeland?
He was Quinn. Do you remember
Oh,
Quinn?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
Quinn.
cool,
And I'm
cool.
like, I can't wait to see him as a villain and da 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 da. And yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah, I hate it. Hate is a strong word, but I really didn't like either of the three Inquisitors. And you know, I think the prosthetics and the makeup kind of threw me off.
Uh-huh.
I would have much rather had like just slap some masks on them so we don't see their faces and have Sam Witwer do the voices just like they did in the animated ones, and then we'd have some imposing villains. I think you don't even need actual great
Hmm.
acting if you slap some masks on there, but it can still
Yeah,
be imposing. And now they were
can
just
definitely.
yeah, minions is the right word, I think.
Well, let's go to the next one.
Yeah.
So I have skipped parts in the story because I'm trying to condense each episode to 15 slides, guys. But this whole scene in the markets, um, I use this clip where we meet this other Jedi. He's obviously one of the younglings, right? He's one of the younglings that's, well, you would think that's
Yeah, could be.
now in this town, right? What I noticed is the story that the Grand Inquisitor tells about how they find Jedi. I quite like that story, how they hunt
Yeah,
themselves and
yeah,
all that. That I thought that was really interesting. But I really liked. Again, you see from her straight away, she is no messing around. She goes to throw the knife to pull him out. Like, I'm
yeah.
thinking that that's what the main guy would be like. You know what I mean? Like, so they set the tone right off the bat that
Yeah,
she's
no. They're supposed to be a bit more laid back at this point because you have to remember that Palpatine isn't the supreme ruler yet. There's still a Senate, so they still have to um, tone down a bit. They can't just go around and slay everyone. That's that's a few years after this. That is
okay,
possible.
okay, all right. That's just my ignorance. I thought they'd undermine the threat of Inquisitors, how easy the Jedi
Yeah,
escaped. Yes, I will agree with that mood. So how he gets away was pretty soft.
yeah.
They kind of just
You
gave
should
up.
be kind of doomed when you face one. It's like in the Matrix. After you met an agent, you're kind of doomed because everyone goes up against them and loses.
We've got Xander, what time is it there? It's 6 a.m. here, mate. So we're 12 hours difference back after
Man,
dinner. We'll see you then. We'll
it's
still be kicking on.
it's 12 o'clock. It's midnight here.
So it's midnight for Anthony. It's 6 a.m. for me, and it's 6 p.m. for you. We're all around the world, baby. This is what we do.
Yeah,
That's crazy. Have a good dinner, mate. We'll see you soon. I did like the speech part, and it
yeah,
sets the tone that she is, I guess, a loose cannon. But yeah, he got away too easy. It was a bit soft.
yeah.
That
And
was a bit
it
soft.
sets up a couple of things because this is Reva's speech as well, right? Or only the Grand Inquisitor ones?
Ottawa, Canada, nice. Sorry, Anthony.
Is this Reva's speech as well, or only the Grand Inquisitor ones?
This is just the Grand Inquisitor. Oh no,
Yeah,
she starts to talk a little bit. She talks more later in the square.
yeah. I like the part that he kind of has the number of the Jedi, and it shows that evil is always has more tools to win than good.
Yeah, it's just like Transformers. There's always more bad guys than there is good guys. That's like real life too.
Yeah, and lieutenants
um,
always try to kill the kill the leader, like
yes, they
Starscream
do.
is trying to get Megatron.
Yeah. Very true. Okay, so next we finally meet our man, Mr. Ewan
Yeah.
McGregor. I loved the visuals of this scene, and the fact that I've got a lot to unpack about Ewan McGregor and where he's at with Obi-Wan. And this is one of the things that I was really getting into in watching it through the second time when I was taking the clips that
Yeah.
kind of hit home more for me.
Yeah.
Before we touch on that though, S Beam's in the house. What's up, S Beam? Thanks for being here, brother.
Oh,
And he's saying, I enjoyed the episodes, but there were some things lacking. How come these grown adults not catch a little girl with tiny legs? I didn't care for
yeah,
River
that was really
rooftop jumping.
annoying.
She plays the part well though. Yeah. Oh, I was gonna wait till we get to that because I've got that part later in episode 2 because that was a bit silly.
Yeah, it was annoying.
That was annoying. However, I do have a rebuttal if I was to make an excuse for that scene
Yeah,
and
you
why
can,
she's like that.
but still, you can, but still.
Jedi hunt themselves was a great line though. It was. I actually
Yeah,
quite liked that. That was really cool.
yeah.
I wasn't sure if that was a previous line from other content, but I really liked it.
Oh,
I thought it
wow.
was cool.
I, damn, I loved Ewan McGregor. I really loved
Yeah,
everything he did in the 2 episodes. That's
yeah.
why I said this is my Ethan Hawke
Hmm.
for the Kenobi show. Um,
Yes.
he carries this series all by himself if he had to.
Yeah. And wait till we get Hayden Christensen. I think
Yeah,
they're
because
going to
they
be
have
great
great
together.
chemistry together. Yeah,
They have great chemistry. Andreas is saying, Reva says the Jedi are cowards. They failed you, abandoned you. I think she feels that way as a youngling going through Order 66.
yeah,
Definitely.
yeah.
I definitely think so.
She lost people, and she thought the Jedi would have protected them
Yeah.
too.
That's got to be the backstory.
Yeah.
That's definitely got to be the backstory. Agree. So if I jumped ahead, but got to go to work. All good, S Beam. All good, brother.
Oh,
Have a good
have a
day,
good day,
brother.
man.
Thanks for popping in. Mavitsu, agree, Andres. I've seen the kids run faster for their dinner. Look, she has a funny running style, but I'll let her slide. I didn't think she was 10. She was very
There was
small for
one
10.
slide that was cool that she did, um,
Yeah,
which looked really grown up though.
yeah. You just keep thinking how the tuna meat doesn't go bad. Yeah. Don't bring logic in, Sia. Don't do that.
Yeah, I loved it.
uh, so agree, SV. Yeah. With the meat though, you see them wrapping it, putting salt on it. I think so. They get salted up. But yeah, obviously the
Dude,
wing
it's
is
Star
the
Wars. I
beast
don't
is
care.
there. Yeah. Come on, come on, come on. I will say here with this scene, seeing how they put in this guy being a dick. They always put people in like this. This guy's being a dick to the workers, right? But
Yeah,
seeing him, sand salmon, yeah, seeing him being a dick and Obi-Wan not doing anything, really
yeah,
sets the tone for where he's at. I feel like because
yeah,
after watching just episode 3, he's a broken man in a
yeah,
way.
yeah.
He's like he is. It reminded me of another film I'd seen where or I can't remember it, but it reminded me where his character is at. He's really just he's given up in a way. Like he's not even a hero. He's not a hero anymore. He's literally just I feel like younger Obi-Wan wouldn't let that guy treat that guy like that, but he's just not doing anything. If you remember in the the like just before that, how the guy's telling the story of how they find Jedi,
Hmm.
that a Jedi wouldn't be able to help himself, he'd be able to help people out. I think that's where Obi-Wan's at. He's not at that, like, he's either being super smart and not letting anybody know where he is, by not helping anybody, because he's appearing to not help anybody,
Yeah,
whereas that young guy in the restaurant had to just help that guy. He couldn't see an innocent person get killed. What do you
yeah,
think that? What's your thoughts on that
yeah.
depiction? How they're showing that?
I, I thought they could have chosen to show him here as a broken man, but the takeaway from episode 1 for me was mostly that he knows how to stay off the grid and how
Mm,
important it is because he has some higher mission, which is to protect Luke. I think the
okay.
broken part was shown more in episode 2, I think, but I think
Hmm.
both motivations are correct.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay. I didn't think
this
about
to
that.
me,
He's staying incognito. Okay.
yeah, that's what this kind of exemplified for me, especially when he goes to the town and Owen gets interrogated. Um,
Mm.
I think it just yeah adds to that.
Yeah, because see, when I was seeing that, I'm thinking, why isn't he? Oh, obviously, he would have been outmanned, but it was almost like he's willing to let Owen die in a way, right? Like
Yeah, yeah.
he was willing to let him go, and I thought that's not like what a Jedi would do, right? What are your guys' thoughts in the chat on that? Do you think he's more broken or more staying under the radar so he can protect Luke because he has a bigger mission, or a bit of both, maybe? I
Why
don't
not
know.
both?
It could be both. It could be both. It could be both. But we go from here to I skipped the scene of him on the train because I grabbed that later on. But I liked how in the show it goes back and forth in this first episode, him just going about his day, going to work, riding the train, living that mundane, normal
Yeah.
lifestyle,
Yeah.
which I thought was really cool. But then we get back to his crib, and Anthony could possibly have a Scotty moment here, guys. For those of you that know,
Yeah, I'm having a Scotty moment because
I'm gonna hand this over to you.
so we know this is 10 years after Order 66, and it'll be around 10 years after Episode 4, New Hope. And it was always a bit weird that we've seen the prequels and we've seen the relationship between Obi-Wan and R2D2. And in Episode 4, he says to Luke, I don't remember ever owed a droid. When R2D2 says, we need to find Obi-Wan or Ben Kenobi. So I thought maybe this will be the series to rectify that, and I think they kind of did, because when I remember my hot toy R2D2, there's this little scanner that can pop up from his dome, and it's the exact same scanner that comes right out of the sand when Obi-Wan goes to his cave. And first it turns, I thought it was green, but you're right. First it turns blue, and when the Jawa is there, it turns red. So it kind of signals to Obi-Wan if there's someone in the cave or not. So I was thinking, wouldn't it be cool if Obi-Wan, just to lure or attract Luke to a bigger dream and into the galaxy, put R2D2 in the market for Owen and Luke to buy him, just to attract Luke to him, and put the message in there, we need to find Obi-Wan. That would have been a cool ending to this series.
That would be cool. That would be really cool. What do you guys in the chat think about that? That would be interesting because I didn't
we
think
already know
anything
where
of the scanner.
C3PO is. C3PO is with Leia, but we don't see
Yes.
R2D2 anywhere.
Not yet. And I'm trying to remember. I just watched it the other day, but the end of episode 3, where do we see where he goes?
Bill got both. Bill Organa got both of them. He got both C3PO and R2D2. But now when you look at their homes, it's only C3PO.
Here you go. If he uses the Force, the Inquisitors will pick up location.
Yeah.
A lot of Jedis were killed. Yeah. Okay. So a bit of both. I think we can agree. A bit of both.
So.
Bit of both. Okay. That would be epic if that. So you're thinking that could be R2D2 under there?
Yeah, I think so. It's the exact same scanner from the hot toy.
Wow, what a find. Anthony, you are...
I hope it is.
You are the investor. You're the Inquisitor.
Hashtag
You're the
Scotty
Inquisitor
lives.
Hashtag Scotty lives. And he's R2D2 in the galaxy. Yeah. Classic. Okay, well, next we cut to the dream sequence. I just caught a clip of Anakin burning up because he was going through the flashbacks and everything, so I thought I'd use that as a... as just a talking point of the dream.
Oh,
do you think...
Can we get back to the Sia Dream saying something about R2D2?
Oh, yes. All right. Sorry, Sia. It came right at the time Luke... ANS? What's that? Right at the time... hang on. You might still be writing. Mowito saying, but there are lots of R2 units. I'm going to go with the no.
Oh, shit.
Anthony needs it. Okay, Anthony's taking a call. We'll continue. Okay. So, Anthony's in demand. I tell you what, even at midnight, he's getting work calls. That's hardcore. Let's see. We'll start a trend for this series. Will R2 Scotty D2 be alive? That would be hilarious. Okay. So you're saying, R2D2 came in at the right time. Luke and Leia were older. Be interesting to see because I didn't think anything of that scanner, but that's how on point Anthony is. He just sees it and he goes for it. he found it out, which I thought was really interesting. I thought his place he lives is pretty cool too, just in a mountain, just chilling. It's quite a cool setup. You can see he'd been there for a while, that's for sure. And I'm assuming it's there because he's close to Luke. He wants to be close to Luke. But let's move ahead. So me and Anthony discussed if he gets called, we'll just continue on and he'd hop in when he comes back in. So this dream sequence, all right, guys, what I'm thinking, do we think we're going to see his master? Do we think we're going to see, what's the actor's name again? Why am I having a mind blank? Qui-Gon. Do you think we're going to see Qui-Gon Jinn make an appearance as a Force ghost? Because I feel like they're hinting at that a little bit. And then at the end of episode 3, Yoda tells him that, he needs to learn to talk and find a way to talk to his master because he was still around, right? Do you think he's going to show up in this show as a Force ghost and talk to him? Because when he wakes up from this dream, he tries to talk to him, right? Do you think that's just him missing him, or do you think they're going to bring him back? Because that would be really cool if they bring him back. Plus Jawas captured R2 in A New Hope. There you go. Good point, would say. It is Qui-Gon, yeah. At least his voice. Yeah. Liam Neeson, that's it. Man, I feel like he would come back, though. It's Star Wars. Why would he not come back? He'll be a bit older, but, I mean, they can cover that up with the hair and the beard and everything, right? That would be really good if they do. I think he'll commune with Qui-Gon, which will prompt him to face Vader. Ooh, yeah. I feel like I don't know. It's just a feeling when I had that dream, and maybe it's because I watched episode 3 right before it. But I'm like, oh, this would be setting him up to come back, and it would make sense if they do. I really think it would. I think that would be a fun thing because they bring in, obviously, in episode 2 we see is the clone on the ground. They still bring in Boba. The actor who plays Boba. Tamora, sorry. Mitsu, Liam Neeson has been doing quite a lot of cameos lately. Atlanta, Dairy Girls, I think Star Wars could get him. Surely, yeah. Surely, if he's doing those, I think so. That would be epic. C. James said, I thought so, but he's not been able, maybe because he's in a conflicts and emotions. Yeah, there's definitely conflict in him. Like, whilst Anthony made a great point that he's on a mission, right? I think there's definitely conflict in him. That's the feeling I got from watching it, that there's definitely conflict in him, and he's almost like, I mean, if you don't do something for 10 years, getting back into it's going to be pretty challenging, I would imagine, in anything, let alone being a hero and going and fighting, everything that they're asking him to do. Let's move on from there. So we'll go to when he's looking at Luke. What do you guys think of this scene? So, I mean, this was from the trailer, so we knew this was going to happen. There's not too much to unpack here, but we get to see Owen again. It was good that they brought him back. He still doesn't look that much older, to be honest. He's Australian too, this guy.
Yeah, I'll need to leave.
You do need to leave?
Yeah.
You do or you don't?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, no. Oh,
Yeah,
that's a shame.
I can do 5 minutes, I think.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I just went past the dream sequence. I was just saying to the guys that the reason why I brought up the dream, that's a horrible look, was do we think we're going to see Liam Neeson come back in?
Yeah, I think so, because I think in the recap of the first 3 episodes, you hear Yoda say, there's still some training for you, and I'll teach you to communicate with your old master. So I think he'll learn to see Qui-Gon as Force Ghost. But he can't right now because he's cut off from the Force. Or like we see in episode 2 when he's trying to lift Leia. You can see that he's not sufficient or proficient at using the Force anymore. So he put some effort into being cut off so the Inquisitors wouldn't sense him.
That's true.
So that's why he can't communicate, I think.
Okay, that would make sense. And then maybe now that he's starting to embrace it, he will. And Moitsu makes a great point. He's been suppressing his Jedi nature for 10 years, so it would make sense that he can't come in with that Qui-Gon. That does make sense.
Yeah.
But here, he's just checking on, he's spying on Luke, making sure he's all good. He gets I forgot from the cave. I think we're up to the cave part. I think I skipped that where he gets the stuff from the Jawa. I thought that was a fun little scene of the Jawa. They're just popping up everywhere. They're cool. I quite like them.
And I like how Owen makes so much more sense now, because now it's like Owen saying to Obi-Wan that Obi-Wan doesn't really care about Luke. So he's kind of saying that that Owen is the one who's actually caring about Luke. Just
Yeah.
living a normal life without danger, being safe.
Yeah. And that's the conflict of the father, right? The father or the higher purpose. Like the father
Yeah.
wants to keep any child safe and not put them in harm's way, but
Yeah.
sometimes you got to get him out on that. So I skip that part, and then we get to where this was a tough picture to get. But the Jedi comes to Obi-Wan, he turns him down, turns him away. What do you think about that? Like, I thought he was trying to mind trick him at first. He's like, you're talking to the wrong guy. I'm like, is he going to try and? But obviously
Nah, I
not.
didn't think so, because he refused to use any force power. But
Yeah.
I thought he gave up too easy. I think he revealed too easily that he was a Jedi, but and you could say that he could sense that the other guy's actually a Jedi, and he could sense this. But if he's actually cut off from the Force or trying not to use the Force, then he wouldn't be able to sense it. I think. I don't know. I
Right.
don't know how that
Yeah.
works. So I think he revealed himself too easily when the
Yeah.
Jedi persisted a bit. And
Yeah.
it just shows
Which,
that he's trying to be off the grid.
yeah, he doesn't want nothing to do with
Yeah.
anything at the minute. But yeah, so I thought I just brought that in because that sets up the scene of him obviously turning this guy away, and then this guy ends up dying, and then he sees him, and he obviously probably feels bad about that, which all kind of culminates in him doing more as we move on. But then we move on to meeting. See, I didn't expect this part. I did not expect to see Leia.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't know why. I just didn't expect to see it. And this has obviously set the tone of where the show's going, but I just didn't see it coming.
Yeah, and I must say, I didn't like how Leia could escape, Flea and his crew, and Obi-Wan. But I did like the actress though, and I can get annoyed by child actors, but I really like this casting.
Yeah, I thought she does a really good job of being a young Leia. Think of what Leia's feistiness and independence and just wit. She did a really good job. Good writing too. Good writing to bring that out of her. And then she played it well. I really did, and that's the whole running stuff is not her fault. That's the storyteller's fault. But her
Yeah, I
acting,
didn't
I
like
thought
that.
was, yeah. But her acting was great. I thought she really. I mean, there's so many little points and little comments that she made when she meets the cousins and all that. Like her wit was really cool. I really
Yeah, you
liked
can
it.
already see that she's force sensitive when she's talking to her cousin.
Right? Yeah, she can tell. I
Yeah.
really liked that. I thought that was really cool. Andreas, great casting. Little girl is a great Leia so far. Yeah, I think so too. She's doing a really good job of having, like, even when she's kidnapped, she's strong and still, but she just very small for 10. She looks very young for 10. But then again, I have no idea. Then we go back to, I finally caught the clip when he's gone back to work. He's thinking about it. He's, it's starting to weigh on his mind, obviously, after seeing the Jedi. That's really all I brought that clip on for. I just brought this clip in basically to show that through this episode, they do a good job of going back and forth of him trying to stay off the grid, trying to stay out of touch. He's dropped the toys off or whatever it is off at Luke's house after he was spying on them, which leads to this scene where Owen comes and confronts him before this.
Yeah.
What did you think of this scene before you?
Which one? Where Owen confronts him, or this one?
Owen confronts him. This whole section, I guess, he comes to confront him. He brings
that's what I said.
back.
You really you can like Owen a bit more. He actually looks like a devoted, I don't know if a parent, because he's not giving up Obi-Wan as a Jedi, and he really seems to care about keeping Luke safe. So this is
Yeah,
really a good writing for Owen. I like the actor as well.
yeah, he's a great actor. He's a great actor. I was confused a little bit as to why, I guess in this part, why Obi wouldn't save him, but I understand that he doesn't want to.
Yeah.
But the fact that he was willing to let him die was I thought, a bit off.
Hmm.
I thought she was pretty good in this scene. I was nervous for Owen. I know you get nervous for him, even though you know they don't die because they're in it later on.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah.
Sorry, you go.
Yeah, I didn't. I just don't like her acting.
Yeah. I guess this part here, right, brings a point where how do you feel about being that it's a prequel? We know a lot of these characters don't die, right?
Yeah.
Do you think that ruins the experience or is just a different experience because we're getting to see stories that weren't told? Like, I guess
Well,
I'd
for me,
rather
it
see it
doesn't
than not see
actually.
it.
Yeah, for me, it doesn't because
It doesn't for me either.
no,
To be
because
fair.
the stakes are still that villagers could have been killed.
Yeah,
That's the same. So no, it's okay for me.
the villagers could still be killed. That's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, I quite like this scene. I like the conversation. I like the fact that he has no love for Obi still, and you can feel the way he acted it when he says that he has no love for Jedi.
Yeah. Yeah.
She could probably tell that too. That he actually didn't care. Oh, we've got a guest in the house. 1 6-figure focus. What's up, brother?
Yo, man.
Hey, just saying hello before I hit the hay. We'll catch it on the rewind. I like both episodes. Leia was trump card. The kid nailed it. Yeah, she was great.
Yeah.
She did a great job of portraying Leia.
Yeah.
Thanks for hopping in,
She
brother.
is in the same time zone as I am, so it's like 12 o'clock for him, I guess. Maybe.
Yeah, what's the time there for you?
Yeah, it's
Shane?
12:20 now. And for Shane, I think it's about the same or 1 hour difference.
Okay, about the 1 hour difference. Yeah, okay, nice. Well, thanks for staying up even this late, mate. I'd be fast asleep if I were you guys at that time. I'm an old man. But I really like that. Then we cut ahead to, I've got like 3 clips left for, 3 clips after this one for episode 1.
Cool.
So we see Leia, she's chatting with the kid. I thought that was really good, showing just good character building for her. And I really liked this scene of her talking with Jimmy Smits. I can't remember his name in the show. I forget.
Bill
It's
Organa.
11 p.m. for him.
Oh, it's 1 hour difference. Yeah.
Yeah, 1 hour difference. Nice. I like this whole conversation between them because it reminded me of just being a dad, just being a dad and talking to your child. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, and I enjoyed
like
that
their
he has
relationship.
a different bond to her than her mom has. And I think it's kind of realistic that both parents have a good bond with the daughter, but a bit different. I like the way it did that.
Yeah, I really like that, and I think Jimmy Smith is a great actor. So just more of him. I quite like having him in the show.
Yeah.
And just what they set up with how she is and who her character is, really worked well for me in this episode. And I didn't feel taken off, even though I didn't expect to see any of this. It makes sense now, having seen it, that of course after episode 3 we're going to see. Of course, like why would we not see Leia, and why would we
because
only
the
see
stakes of luring Obi-Wan back, I think there could have been only 2 scenarios. One would be this one, where Leia needs to be protected and actually rescued, and the second one would have been when the Inquisitors had detected Obi-Wan near Luke, and he had to draw them away for his safety. I think those would have been the only 2 reasons for Obi-Wan to leave the planet.
Yeah. And I think it's good that they went this route because we don't really know much about Obi-Wan's history with Leia at all. And it feels like she's going to be more of a main player in this than a young Luke. I don't even think we're going to see much of young Luke anymore, to be honest.
I don't know.
If that's just me. Because now, I don't know. I just don't feel like we will. I could be wrong, though. And then the scene where she gets captured, obviously. She even gets away from them pretty easy for a bit.
Yeah,
This bit I was thinking, like, when she's running away, like they'd be able to. Now my daughter's fast; she's 5. I can still catch her.
Yeah, I really hated the chase scene. I did like that the one I don't know what it's called, Fati or Varsi. I don't know what its name is again, but I think it's Flea from Red Hot Chili Peppers. So, but I tried to look it up in
Yes,
the end credits, but I couldn't see it. But
I'm
it
pretty sure
looks
it's
like
him.
Flea.
Yeah,
It
I'm pretty
sounded
sure
like
it's him.
Flea and looked like Flea, but
Yeah, no, I am pretty sure it's him. I knew I recognized him, and it was an interesting choice to bring him in. Hey, I
I
thought.
like that.
Yeah, right. But that's all I really got for that. She goes out. Obviously, this sets the scene for another good conversation. There was some really good conversations in this first episode, setting up Obi-Wan and his journey and what's going to come. And this is where it also flashes red, where he comes in and he knows someone's in his place, and then
Yeah,
it's him asking him to do the mission.
yeah.
At first, when he turns him down, you obviously know he's not going to turn him down
Yeah.
forever. He's going to do it eventually. But I thought it was just a really good scene. And then that leads on to him at the end, which was epic when you see the lightsaber on the hip to close
That
out
was a
the
bit
episode.
weird. I would have thought that he would have concealed it a bit more than just flashing it on his hip.
Yeah, but it's a badass moment, Anthony. Don't bring logic in, okay?
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
We need that badass moment of him going off to do his mission. Now I want this look of Obi-Wan. This robe with the beard, the older look. I think that would be epic.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he's going to have a costume change, right? I don't think he's maybe, but I doubt it.
Think you will? Because we need
You
more hot
reckon?
toys. So I think you
Yeah.
will.
Well, we don't have this look though, do we?
No, but I
Yes.
want the Clone Wars armor back.
Okay. Now, see, I'm okay with that. I like I like this look. I'm inclined to.
Yeah. I need this look as well.
Yeah, we know all the looks, all the Obi
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah.
And being that he's an older character, I think they'll nail the head sculpt more this time. What do you think on that one? I
I
think they
hope
really
so
will.
because I had the original one on pre-order, but then oh man, I really need to go now. So
Yeah.
bye.
All
Sorry.
right, mate. Well, it's okay, brother. We'll continue without you. Appreciate you being here. And it's us. Let's go, guys. Okay. 1 6 figure focus. If you're there, hop on, brother. I could use I could use I could use a backup for the show if you're still there. If you want to hop in, let me just add in the slides, guys, because we're going to move on to episode 2 now. I still think I like episode 2 better because it's preset everything, and there's just obviously a bit more action, and we get a few more characters. I like that they're going to another world as well, and it's not just all on the one world. Which I think was quite a good transition. Let me go to the next slide, and we'll remove that one. Okay, so we start off episode 2. He gets to the new world, which I thought was a really good look, really interesting. What did you guys think of this part? I think this one was really cool. And he starts moving around, and then we bump into a nice surprise. I don't know why this photo came out like that. It actually came out a little strange, but nevertheless, he meets an old clone trooper, which I think is really cool that they brought Tamura Morrison back in for that. Really, really cool. I quite like that. I quite like all the characters in this episode. You really see so many different puppets and characters brought in. It was really, really cool to see for me. I really enjoyed it. Seeing all the different old Star Wars and new Star Wars, and I can't wait to see the making of, to see all the characters they brought in for that. I think that would be awesome. And being that Anthony's gone, and we're losing a few people in the chat, I might speed through these a bit faster so I don't babble on the entire time. Yeah, look, it's definitely him. It's definitely him. It's definitely Tamura, which was really cool. It was a really nice touch. I really like that. What we got here? It would make sense that the clones are knocking about. Yeah, and I quite like that because it's 10 years after. Question is, was he one of the ones that were part of Order 66? I mean, assuming he had something to do with it. The fact that it's like showing that a lot of them are just left throughout the galaxy, not doing much at all, which I thought was quite interesting. And then we cut along to scene number 3, where he meets this guy. I love this, and I love this actor. I think it's Camille Namajanji. I mean, I can't pronounce names, but he is great. From Eternals, obviously, a good comedic actor. What did you guys think of this scene? For those that are still here, I really enjoyed his scene, pretending to be a Jedi. I thought that was really cool. And just a really cool way to bring his character in. I don't know if he'll be back. He probably won't be back, but it was really cool to bring that in. When we first see him, I think, oh, is he a Jedi? I literally thought that. I'm like, oh, is he a Jedi? But knowing his sense of humor and how they could use him, I think they used him in the perfect way. I really did. I thought he was a great highlight of this episode for sure. And it did play well. I thought it was really cool. Camille. Was hilarious with the magnets. That was hilarious, guys. I thought that bit was absolutely hilarious. And then when he starts doing that's when Obi-Wan realizes that he's not a Jedi, which I thought was hilarious. I mean, maybe he sensed it beforehand. I don't know. Is this where we see the old Obi-Wan personality coming out? Yeah. And I think I just liked the tone of this episode. I liked the mission of it. He's now on the mission. What they did really well, and I think they did different to to Book of Boba, is they used the first episode to set the scene, and now episode 2, it's off. It's off on the mission, and I really like that. I like that it's kicking in. He's got a mission. He's going for it. He's meeting new characters. He's on a new world. They're moving it along, and if they keep doing that, which I think they will, being that it's only 6 episodes, I think we're all going to be happy campers for sure. Just adding another slide, if I can get that to come up there. So from this scene, really cool. I really enjoyed that. And I skipped ahead here to get to where he actually finds Leia, because when he's finding her, he goes into the drug house. He fights. He gets caught by the guys, fights them. I like that, how he used the spice that he got from the young girl in the markets, which I thought was pretty cool that they brought that back. I'm just trying to add another slide, guys. There we are. But I really enjoyed this part. And this is where their chemistry starts to kick off. What did you think of the chemistry of this one, guys? Because I thought their chemistry together was actually quite good as well. Just as I add a couple more slides in, because we need them slides to tell the story. 2 seconds. I did really like how they worked together, though. It was really cool. She was a bit of a pain to him throughout, though. And then we cut ahead to where the bounty gets put out on him. Now, I think this is after Reva. Yes, this is after Reva and the Inquisitors talk, right? Again, what are you saying? Wait, I've skipped ahead. Parts worked, other parts didn't. Yeah. Part of their chemistry worked. The whole part where she stops believing him and goes on a runner, that was a bit, that was there to set up the action scene. And I feel like they could have maybe gone about that a different way to set up the action. And that's what Sia is saying as well. I was a bit bothered when she ran off. Yeah, I think I have a clip for that, but I really think that could have been better writing, that they could have found another way to have the action happen. Having her distrust him after trusting him, and then running off to create this scene, that was a bit off. That was a bit Book of Boba-ish from some parts for me, with how they did some of the action in that show, and it just felt off. That's kind of how that bit felt for me in this, and I think it comes across in that scene, which all you guys have addressed as well, and which I have to agree. And that's from this scene here. So that I have that clip here. Before this happens, though, I quite enjoyed their interactions. I thought their interactions were good. But yeah, this whole distrusting part, I purely think it was literally just there to move the story along. And I feel like they definitely could have done that differently. Just bear with me, guys. I'm just going to get rid of some of these clips so I can add in the last couple. So we've got 15 picks on this one. And we are up to number 7. Okay, so, and very cartoonish. Yeah, I agree, Mood. So that bit could have definitely been better. It drove me mad anytime Obi-Wan was talking about with his hood down after he went out. I didn't think about that. That's true. I guess you could say they're in an alley if you wanted to make an excuse for it, but I get what you're saying. I definitely get what you're saying. This pic doesn't want to load, does it? Oh, there it is. Okay, good. Let's see what the next one is. I like the little drone she had too. That's pretty cool. That'll definitely be a collectible, won't it? I can see that coming. One of my slides aren't working, of course. Let's see if we can go to the next one. Slide number 9. Where are we? Where are we with this one? Oh, yeah. So the whole, what did you guys think of the whole rooftop fight scene? Because the rooftop fight scene, they all had pretty terrible aim, as most bad guys do, and other guys in this show do. Bad aim is definitely a thing. But I think it all, again, set up this moment of him using the Force to save her. It's just the way they went about it could have been a hell of a lot better coming about this whole scene. I would have thought maybe it would have been better if they just got found out while they were talking in the alleyway and then had to run and ended up on the rooftop rather than her running away from him, climbing up the rooftop to then create that moment. That's just more of a storytelling. And that's more of a writing mistake, I think. It's kind of like, oh, how can we have them get into this situation? Let's have her run away. I will say the saving grace for that is that having children can change their tone pretty quickly. You know what I mean? Like I've got a 5-year-old and they can change their tone pretty quickly, for sure. Again, clunky execution. Yeah. So you think that was okay? You think it was more of a drop? See, whereas I liked the outline of episode 2 and the action of it. I get what you're saying there, though. Maybe he gets his Force back, gimmicky. Yeah, I mean, we did need to see a way that he would get his Force back, I guess. And having it be to save Leia, I guess. What's a way that could motivate him to use it again? I guess. That being the case, I think is still a good way to do it, but they could have just set it up differently. Maybe they were running away together and she slipped and he used it. I don't know, rather than have her try to jump off. That was a bit funny. I'd be interested to know what Anthony thinks of that part too, because I'm feeling he's probably on the same thought process as us with that, is that was a bit clunky. But what did you guys think of this scene? I thought I just chucked this in because I thought this was epic with the spinning blades. I thought that was awesome. And Jalam97 Lamoureux, I hope I'm saying that right. Thanks for being here, brother. How can no adult catch little Leia? That's the only thing I don't like. Yeah. How can no adult? Yeah. That was bad writing, straight up. Bad writing, it kind of throws you out of it when you see her running away. And Obi kind of be like, oh, where are you going? Like, come on now. Let's hope there's no more of those types of scenes as we move forward into the show. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more of him in this episode, the Grand Inquisitor, because I feel like he was a little underused. Be interested to know what you guys think about that. I think episode 2 leaves you on a big high fangasm, which can elevate the app, but I can't forgive a lot of the story execution. Yeah, the story execution was not as good as episode 1, and I hope they fix that up. Yeah, this would have been epic. And I love how he was spinning it, like, and the red and the way he's spinning it was that was a really cool scene. Would have loved to have seen more of him for sure. Then we move along to this part. So this whole episode, right, there's not as much story in it, I found, and that's like when I was doing the clips, I was like, there's not that many spots I need to really take photos of that will touch on story elements, because it's all like that whole scene of Obi going to find her. I'm not really going to take photos of him, in the drug lab and all that type of stuff. But this one here I thought was an interesting interaction. And I have some thoughts on this. She's killing everybody, right? But she doesn't kill him, which I thought was strange. like he was in the way. She uses him to get information. But the fact that she didn't kill him leads me to believe that maybe she's not as bad as she portrays. I don't know. What do you think about this, guys? Because I mean, she is bad. She cuts off that woman's hand. She was willing to kill I mean, she's obviously going to kill the Jedi. And if she's on a mission, I'm just thinking about what Anthony said. If she's on a mission to get close to Anakin to kill him, why would she be so hell bent on killing other Jedi if she were one of them? Which is what she was doing at the start of episode 1 with that Jedi in the bar. I don't know, but I just thought, in a scene like when I saw him confront her, I thought, oh, he's dead. The way they're portraying this character, he's going to die. What was my favorite scene? Oh, good question. What was my favorite scene from this episode? Geez, I think not specifically a scene. I guess just I quite like the whole theme of like when he meets Leia and their chemistry together. I like that part. It reminded me of a dad and a daughter in a way. I did like those aspects of it. But as in action scene, I loved her running across the rooftops. That was pretty cool. I actually enjoyed that part and how they did that. Reminded me of Moon Knight a little bit, actually, the way she was jumping off rooftops from one of the few action scenes we saw of Moon Knight running off rooftops in Moon Knight. So yeah, it's a tough one. I guess that was my favorite scene. Like no real favorite scene. I guess favorite scene is maybe his interaction with Obi-Wan. I forget his name in the show, guys. Sorry, help me if you remember. And we still don't get her backstory. Yeah, like I really don't get her backstory. I just thought she would have killed him straight up. Why did she not kill him? That was strange to me. I'll just bring up I've got 3 clips left, guys, to close it out. So I'm just going to load them up, and then I'll address the chat again. Let me just make some room for them. It's so annoying how StreamYard only allows you to have 10 clips at a time in there. So I constantly have to go into my computer and bloody load them in, which is a pain in the butt. I need to find a better way to do it. What I did like, I guess, a lot was the end of this episode. The end I thought was really cool. Whilst it had a questionable moment in it, the end was actually really cool. Okay, we're good. And in regards to your question, you think they'll make Inquisitor hot toys? I think they will, for sure. They should definitely make Reva because she seems like she's going to be a mainstay character. Definitely. And I feel like I don't know if they'd make the Grand Inquisitor after this episode. There's a chance. It depends, I think, how well the show does. If the show does really well, I think they'll push through. Obviously, when they're making hot toys for shows, they would have been working on these hot toys from way before when the show comes out, right? So they would have been working on an Obi-Wan. These guys get the concept art and everything well before the show comes out. It's not like the show comes out and then they start making hot toys. So they would have already been working on them. I guess where it comes to a point is if the show doesn't perform well, maybe they pull back on production on particular figures. That's my thoughts, and that's just a guess. That's just purely speculation. But I feel like because if you think about it, when hot toys are made, they don't just bring the movie out and then we see all these head sculpts and things pop up. That'd be impossible for them to work on it that quickly. So they're definitely working on it from further back. I think what we don't see is when something performs well, then we see the majority of them come out. If it performs poorly, they probably go, oh, let's not release that. Let's not release that. So I bet you they have a lot of unfinished head sculpts, characters from other films that don't perform well. If we think about the Immortals, we've seen a couple figures from that. But if they went into that movie I reckon they would have made designs for most of those characters, more than what we've seen anyway. And then when they saw maybe it didn't perform as well as they thought, they maybe pulled back and only released a couple. I know that's just a guess. I'd be interested to see what you guys think of that. But I think we should definitely see a Reva. Whether we will or not, I don't know. And Mawitsu's saying she got what she needed, wasn't worth any more of her time. Yeah, I can see that. I feel like this part would upset Anthony though, for sure. I think that would have annoyed him, definitely. And I think the story will get much better now that Anakin Vader's presence is here. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to how they bring Vader in and how they use him. I hope we see this guy again too. I really enjoyed his character, but I don't think so. Oh wait, he's in the chat. You should be driving, Anthony. Don't be naughty. What I got from talking to Jazz Inc. is that even toy companies get censored concept art until the show is released. I'll listen to the rest of the car. Awesome. Thanks, brother. I'm flying through it now, so we won't be going too much longer, mate. I need you by my side to do this. You have way more interesting points than I do. So jazzing is even toy companies get censored. Okay. So that makes sense. So whether we see all of them or not, I guess it depends on how well Obi-Wan does. But let's go to the next slide where she takes him out. I did not see this coming. Please tell me in the chat. Did anybody see this coming? I don't know. I just did not see it happening, which shocked me considering the actor they got to play the Grand Inquisitor. I thought that he was going to be way more of a mainstayer. But what I did like about it is how they used this to boost up her power level or her mission, right? She's willing to kill her own. Yeah, look. They miss you, Anthony. Turn back. I miss him. Is that almost? It's almost like I suck on my own. That's probably what it is. I also suck on my own. But you guys in the chat can help me out. I need you guys to help me out in the chat. This scene was a shocker. It was. I didn't expect it, but it kind of makes sense if the things we're thinking about her are true. Because the character is in Rebels, so I'm assuming he's not actually dead. Oh, okay. Really? He's going to survive this? That's hectic. He could be back later for revenge. So we're thinking he doesn't die. Interesting. Okay, because I thought that was I thought he was done for. I really thought he was done for. But to answer your question, JLam97, I think that this whole sequence at the end was probably one of my favorite parts. Having Obi, when she tells Obi that Anakin's still alive, and this guy comes in and she takes him out, like that sequence was really cool for me. I think it raised the stakes, and it definitely added, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? Just added more epicness to, I guess, would be my terrible wording for it. But I love that because that sets the tone for the rest of the series in a way. It's like, I feel like they showed these 2 episodes to set the tone for what's to come. We found him where he's at. He's come back in to save Leia. And we now know this chick means business. She's ready to kick some ass. And now they're on the run. Thanks, Sia. I appreciate it, mate. Oh, and Anthony, what are you doing? $5 super chat. Thanks, brother. I appreciate it. This made me think she really wants the props from Vader to get close to him. He'll be back to tank for the win. You can do it solo. I appreciate it, Anthony. Okay, so he's going to get in the back to tank. Okay, I'm glad because I was annoyed that he died so early because I want to see more. I want to see more of him. Although he was quite soft. He's almost very snobbish. He comes across very snobbish, very upper class, upper lip type character in the way he speaks to her and treats her and treats everyone throughout the show. When he's like, "Get out of the way, I'll show you how it's done." Very arrogant, and that led to him getting jacked up. Luke Scotty 92, what's up, Luke Scotty? Thanks for being here, mate. Kenobi and Vader are the only figures I'd get from this so far. Found the first episode annoying, but liked the second episode more, just waiting on Vader, to be fair. Interesting. So you didn't like episode 1. I quite liked episode 1. If you're saying you didn't like it because of how Obi took him all episode to come back, I think that's just their way of building the character, whether that was the reason or not. But interesting thoughts. Appreciate the input there, brother. I'll definitely be getting a Vader. I don't have a Vader yet, so if I can get a Vader and an Obi-Wan, and I'm telling you guys, I'm kind of feeling Reva. I want her so far. I quite like her. I've got her back for this series, and CSN, I can see her come back. I can see him come back. Yeah, that'd be cool. If he does, I hope so. So feeding mushy peas to an 8-month-old, not as fun as being here. Glad to be back. Thanks for being back, Xander. Legend. Man, it'll be so satisfying when only finally ignites the saber. Yeah. I know they haven't shown us that yet, and I thought he was going to do it then, but I'm glad they didn't. That was cool. Same. I don't have a Vader or Obi-Wan, so that'll, yeah. Well, we know there's already a Vader out from the celebration side event this last weekend. I think there was one on display there, but they've definitely kept it under wraps, bringing in the Obi-Wan. And I can't wait to see how they do with the Obi-Wan sculpt. I really hope they do a good job, which I think they will, guys, for sure. But yeah, this was probably the highlight of the episode for me. This whole just sequence of him finding out about Anakin, because you can see the fear, which this next clip, you can definitely see this. I took this photo because this is when he's in the aircraft with Leia flying off, and he's thinking about Obi-Wan. And I think Ewan McGregor did a great job at conveying, like, just, I don't know what he's conveying, like fear mixed with, like, I don't know what he's thinking, but he's definitely he's scared to a degree, or he's just like, what the heck? Like, I thought that was really cool how they did that. I thought, honestly, the way the show was going to go, that he wouldn't know until later that it was Anakin and that Darth Vader was just someone else. I'd be interested to know what you guys think, because I really didn't know that was going to be the case. But for him to find out that way, for her to be the one to, Reva to be the one to deliver that to him, just imagine like how he would feel. For 10 years, he's been thinking that he killed, his friend. He's looking after, he's taking his kids, and then to find out that his friend's alive and looking for him, and that everything that's going on is because of, surely he knows about Vader, right? But he hasn't known for 10 years that Vader is him. Very interesting how they did that. And I quite liked it. And it was an epic moment. So yeah, it was a great moment. I really like that. This actually, there you go, was probably my favorite part, him thinking about it. And then the transition for him to Vader. Yeah. Vader in the Bacta tank, which I did get a slide for, but it's saying it's corrupted, guys. That was going to be my last slide of Vader, so I can't actually bring it up. So this will be the last slide, unfortunately. I don't know why that happens sometimes. Very strange. It definitely was a hard drop moment for sure. Because now I'm thinking it leaves you also, it's like a cliffhanger in a way. You're thinking like, what's going to happen in the third episode? Obviously, they're going to get to where they're going. Are we going to see Vader get out of the tank? Because I saw some clips of that in one of the trailers. If you see him putting the suit on and everything, I feel like that could be the start of episode 3, or around the start of episode 3, Vader getting in his suit. And maybe we're going to see a lot more of Vader than what we thought. Maybe. Again, just speculation. Are there many bearded hot toys that have been done well? I can only think of Infinity War Cap. Good point. Qui-Gon Jinn has a beard, doesn't he? Does he? No. God, I can't remember. I'm just trying to think of what figures I have. Thor. Endgame Thor has a beard, and that's done well. I think it's done well. Aquaman's beard's, yeah, that's okay. It could be better. Jake Gyllenhaal's head sculpt has facial hair, and that's done pretty well on his figure. I'm sure they'll be able to do it. The way they're getting better at doing hair, I think they'll be able to do it. I like the longer hair on Obi, though. It'd be interesting. I mean, assuming it's going to be sculpted, it would have to be sculpted. I'm pretty sure he knows Vader is Anakin from episode 3. He immediately reacts when she says, Lord Vader. Oh, really? I'm pretty sure he knows Vader is Anakin from episode 3. Okay. Yeah, because he seems a bit panicky here. You hope Vader's not in the tank into the last episode. Or would Vader be in the tank having flashbacks maybe in the next episode where we'll see a bit more? That could actually be what it is. He might have flashbacks. And that last scene of him in the tank might lead to him. But it looks like he's waking up though, doesn't it? That would be cool though, because I feel like it'd be great to see flashbacks of them two together. And if they do, are they going to do CGI to make them look younger? that's something we've got to take into account too. If there's going to be flashbacks of them two playing a young Obi-Wan and a young Anakin, are they going to CGI it? That'd be a good point. That'd be interesting to see. Either way, it's left me wanting more. We'll do a final wrap up now, guys, because I won't drag it on too much longer, being that it's just myself jabbering on. Are we entertained? I think I'm definitely entertained, and I'm definitely excited for where it's going. For me, having only just gotten back into Star Wars recently after a long time away, and Mando being my jam, this for me is up there in excitement. I think a big part of that is because I also really like Ewan McGregor as an actor. I'm liking the feel of this show, the filming. A few points that I wasn't too happy with the writing, in the sense of how they set up the whole sequence of Leia falling off the building. That could definitely be better. And just how they've done some of the stuff with the child actors, with them running around and things like that. That's the end of the day. It's not the end of the world. But all in all, though, for a show, I'm pretty entertained. And Sea Dream brings up a nice point. I have thought of something for a rating, which I will bring up now. I don't know if it's any good. It's pretty basic, but I came up with a little rating system for this series, and I basically got it as our final thought. So 1 lightsaber, no good. 2 lightsabers, good. 3 sabers is great. Now, if anybody has any ideas for a better rating system, let me know and we'll make the change. But this is generally the part of the show, for anybody who's here that hasn't seen our shows, but the rundown shows before, we do a little rating out of 3 at the end. And we might as well rate the episodes separately, because I think they deserve to be rated separately. I guess for episode 1, I would give it, I'm easy to please. I'd probably give both episodes, for me, 3 sabers, because I was just into it. Watching it, when I watched it the second time, I enjoyed it even more. And that's good when you can watch it again and enjoy it more, because I took more in. I noticed things that I missed, things that were said, things I've probably even forgotten to talk about here. But I really did enjoy the first 2 episodes. And I think it's set a good scene to see, like, we're going to see Obi-Wan and Vader in their prime, essentially. Just about, like, we're going to see Vader in his prime and his most powerful, or getting stronger. We're going to see Obi-Wan not as an older man or not as a young guy, as a grizzled veteran, I guess. I'm really excited for what we're going to see, for sure. The ending of episode hooks you for the next ep, but I have quite a few problems with the story execution. Fair point, and I know there are a lot of people that do. Maritza, I think that's a fair point. I missed. Sorry, I missed. He'll be out of the tank in the next episode, I bet. Be interesting to see. Let's see. Will Vader get out of the back to tank in the next episode, or will he be in there having flashbacks? Seeing him wake up makes me think he's gonna get out. And if he does get out, is Anthony going to be right? And are we going to see him get out and do stuff, go back to the back to tank and have flashbacks? Are we going to have flashbacks at all? I don't know. It would be cool to see, though. But for me, I wish there was a lightsaber emoji. Is there a lightsaber emoji, guys? I don't even know. But until someone comes up with a better rating system, let's rock with the lightsabers. So I'm going to go 3 lightsabers for episode 1, 3 lightsabers for episode 2, just because I really, really enjoyed, given the smaller problems, I still really enjoyed where they're at. Sia saying Vader maybe episode 3. Yeah, I think so. I think we're definitely going to see him. I mean, we've seen him at the end of episode 2, Sia. I think the question will be whether we see him out barking commands at people, or we see him Mitsu saying we'll be on the hunt now. And that's what I'm really excited to see, him hunting, coming after him. I just hope, if we are going to see more of him, we see more dialogue and him talking and him getting around doing stuff. But the fact that Hayden Christensen is in the series, there has to be flashbacks, because the voice is James L. Jones. So if they're doing the voice as James L. Jones, and you see him so scarred up, they could have used any actor, really, I think. So the fact that he's in the show, I feel like we're going to see him. Mawitzo's dropping in the vote. Thanks, brother. 2 sabers for episode 1, and then we have 1 saber for episode 2. Okay, so it's got a lot of work to do for you, brother. Okay, I hope it picks up for you. I really do. I think it will. I'm optimistic. Sia's got episode 1, 2 sabers, episode 2, 3 sabers. Nice. There's got to be a gradual progression for Vader. Yeah. Be interesting to see how they tackle it, because before we knew that he was going to be in it, we didn't know how much he'd be in it, and now it appears that he might be in it even more. Here's a question. Are you guys going to be upset if we don't see much of him at all, if they keep him more mysterious, or do you want to see more of him? Because I've seen a lot of people talk about not wanting to see too much of him. I personally want to see, if they do it right, I want to see lots of him. I want to see Rogue One-esque end scenes of him kicking ass and taking names, but also more in-depth character stuff, not just him walking in. And do you think if he's in it more, are you worried that that's going to ruin the allure of Vader? I don't personally think so if they do it right. I kind of want to see more of his motivation. Is he going to be longing for his kids? Like, are we going to see any of that? I want to know. You bang on. I think we'll actually get some real Vader character development. We're in for some great stuff. I hope so, Xander. I really do. I think they will. Lukagi saying 2 sabers for me. We could rate it in meat slice. I will take that under advisement. That's a good one. Those were some big pieces of tuna meat, weren't they? He looks like a beast. He is. Very intimidating look for sure. I want some character development, and I want a hallway scene equivalent. Yes, right? I want to see him get close to Obi, and maybe Obi escapes and he takes out heaps of people. I don't know. I just want to see some action, but I also want to see more character development. And I think that's why they brought Hayden Christensen back. It won't ruin it. It won't ruin it for me. Mawitsu, I'd be interested to see what you think. Would you think seeing more Vader would that ruin it for you? I want to see him fight Obi-Wan unmasked, simply to show Obi-Wan what he did when he left him burning. Yes, and Obi obviously feels terrible about that, right? He definitely feels terrible about leaving him that way. Okay, so with the Vader thing, right? Do you think that... I don't think they'd ever go down a series and do a Vader series, but we obviously know he's not going to die, right, in this. But I really think seeing more Vader, I don't think it's going to ruin the allure of the character. I think they can expand and make people... Like, do you think they're going to go down a way where people will empathize with him, or do you think that would ruin him? If you're empathizing his pain, he's lost his love, he's lost his kids, as far as he's concerned. For him, he's out for revenge. And if you think about how he became Vader through episode 3, like he's had a rough run. Like, if you think about this guy with so much promise, he's had so much promise, and then he's become this thing. He's disfigured, he's lost limbs, he's done by his best friend. He thought he was betrayed by his best friend, by the Jedi. He's a tragic character. He really is a tragic character. And the way they've done that, I think, is really well done. And the rage that would be in him. Are we going to see rage? Are we going to see, like, because imagine if that happened to any character, losing you, like, as a father, if you ever lost your kids or anything, or your love of your life or whatever, it'd be, it'd be devastating. You don't think he knows he has kids? Interesting. Didn't he know she was pregnant? I thought he knew she was pregnant. Or maybe he thinks they died. Either way, he'd still think he lost his kids. Good point. I did not think about that. But yeah, like, I don't know. I think there's a lot to unpack in this series, and I think we could get, if they do it right, I think it'll be amazing to see. What do you say, Mawitsu? You just need to see him tortured mentally with the life that could have been. So dreams of Padme, a life together that always ends with her dead. Ooh, imagine if they brought back Natalie Portman. Do you think that's possible? Marvel got it back for Thor. Man, if they bring back Liam Neeson and Natalie Portman, how hyped are you going to be? Seriously, if they bring them back to tell parts of the story. Imagine if they brought her back in flashbacks. If they brought her back in flashbacks, that would be epic. That's probably more of a stretch, bringing her back, than Liam Neeson. Although it does make sense if he does have the flashbacks, because I really think we're going to see flashbacks of them. Man, I just can't wait. Like, I don't remember like I didn't feel this about Book of Boba Fett. Really wanting to know what they're going to do with how they're going to integrate these characters. I mean, this is Darth Vader, guys. We're going to see more Darth Vader. How epic is that? More Obi-Wan, potentially these other characters back. Like, I'm so hyped for where this show could go, and I hope they bring their A game. But so far, I'm super hyped. We might as well get ready to wrap it up, guys. Being we've gotten to the end, we've done our rating. Maurizio saying, "What happens if Obi-Wan tells him she was alive on Mustafar?" Oh, that would be sick. That would actually be sick. Old Palps told Vader he killed he did. He did actually. Good point. I literally just watched that this week. Damn it. Where's Anthony? he would have reminded me. But thanks for reminding me of it. So very exciting for sure. Yeah, I'm super hyped, guys. Hopefully Anthony won't get called away next weekend. I don't know if he's going to be on call next weekend, so hopefully he won't get called away, and we'll be able to condense it and dive into episode 3 a little bit more. But I think we're going to be seeing a lot of stuff come for episode 3 for sure. Sia, you're an absolute legend, mate. Appreciate it. Super sticker. Thank you, sir. Really appreciate that, mate. It helps the channel, helps us grow. I'm planning on some new things for the channel. I'm going to get an intro done for this show one day eventually, and a few more things coming. So all this stuff goes towards helping the channel grow and me getting more things that I can make it a bit more professional as we grow it. So I really appreciate all the support, guys. Everybody who's donated, you're all legends. Absolute legends. I really appreciate it. But what do you guys think so far of doing a rundown on Obi? I think we've got a lot to unpack, and I'm sure Anthony had way more points to think of than I had brought to the table. So I think next week maybe we'll touch back on a little bit of some of his thoughts that we didn't get to hear today, and then we'll delve into episode 3. And man, oh man, I can't wait. But I might even do a couple of posts throughout the week on the socials, on the Facebook group and Instagram, when we find out more about what's coming in for the show, just to get us hyped. But I'm super excited. I'm loving it. It's one of those shows that I could definitely rewatch. I know my dad's just started watching it because he's into it. He's loving it. He loves Mando. Mando got him back into Star Wars, so that's cool to see. I don't know if you're watching this, Dad, but I think he enjoyed the first 2 episodes as well. Even my wife, who's not that big into Star Wars other than Mando, really enjoyed these 2 episodes as well. Lukagi saying, yeah, I hope the episodes keep getting better. Very interested to see what happens next. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's got us wanting to see what happens next. If you look at these first 2 episodes as an intro, we've introduced all the main players pretty much. Now it's time to kick off into the meat of what the series is going to be before the finale. You think about it, 4 episodes. They've done 2 intros. Now it's getting into the story. Off we go. I think so. They've done that well. Oops, I already clicked on that, Lukagi. Enjoyed the chat. Looking forward to some weekly ones. Yeah, so we'll be back week to week now for the rest of Obi-Wan. Then we've got a few more Marvel things planned after this series is done. Now, what would you guys think about doing one on The Boys? Because I know The Boys starts this week. I just don't know how we would do it whilst doing Obi-Wan. But I've had a few people mention to me about doing The Boys. The Boys would be real fun because that's a cool show. But let us know. Hope episodes 3 to 6 are similar to length. Yes, I hope they are too. So the longer the better for me. I always want more. Give me more. Don't give me less. I want more. And episode 2 definitely was short. And that's the thing. When I was going through the slides, I'm like, there's not as many story points. Whilst there was more action in regards to story points of, things to take a picture of, there wasn't quite as many. So I definitely agree there. Hopefully they're around 50 minutes long. We'll see. 50 to an hour. Give it all to me. Being that it's 6 episodes, I really hope so, because we got more information to get. I don't want them to rush it and condense things. That's not the way to do it. You don't need to do that on a streaming service. You don't need to condense for time. Just put it out there. Put your best in. Put it out. Maybe budgets play a part on that. I don't know. But otherwise, guys, thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. Thanks for all the support. It's a shame we lost Anthony. Anthony, if you're probably listening, mate, I hope everything goes well at work, brother. You're an absolute trooper for doing that in the middle of the night. I don't know how you do it. But I can't wait to have you back next week. We'll touch on some of the things, maybe if you have some points that you didn't get to bring up about these last 2 episodes. All you guys in the chat, Xander, Moitzo, Sia Dream, Lukagi, and we also had a few other new guys today. We're missing a few of our other ones. I know Renz couldn't make it, I don't think. JLam97, everybody who's been in here. I hope I don't miss anybody else. Appreciate you guys showing up, and I hope you enjoy these in-depth chats. 16Figure Focus, thanks for showing up, mate. Andreas, absolute legend, for showing up. Just quickly checking the chat before we close out, make sure I haven't missed anybody. I think that's pretty much most of it. And everybody who's watched who's not in the chat, thanks for being here. If you ever want to join the chat, let us know. We'd love to have you. Thanks, Xander. Appreciate it, mate. And also, Sia, thanks, mate. Thanks for coming in. Cheers, folks. Enjoy your weekends. Yes, enjoy your weekends, guys. Other than that, we'll see you next week. Same time, same place, episode 3. Looking forward to it then. You're all legends. Peace out, guys. Catches.